What's up, everyone? I'm here with Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. Anthony's fighting Tommy Fury this weekend on the Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley card. Anthony, first off, thanks for doing this. And second, your Twitter bio says that you're likely to beat me up and take my girl. So I guess my question would be, if this interview goes well, am I exempt from that treatment?
Absolutely, man. You get a pass. Definitely
Thank
get a
you.
pass, depending how hot your girl is.
Okay. I assume Tommy Fury is not going to get the same treatment.
Absolutely not. He's definitely getting the VIP treatment.
So you started, what's interesting about you started your career, your MMA career, with a record of 2-5, and then you rattled off five straight. You even won a title. So what kind of changed for you to rattle off that type of win streak, and are you done with MMA?
Um, you know, a lot of it was me going through a lot of mental issues. I think the major part of it was respecting myself, loving myself, understanding who I was as a person, what I wanted to do with my life, and I knew where I wanted to be. I just needed to set goals to get to where I wanted to be. And when I did set those goals, I turned them into, so I had my goals and now I set them to mini goals where they're very attainable goals, nothing out of reach. So by doing that, I was able to definitely battle and beat my demons. Well, most likely, AKA myself. And I was definitely able to overcome that pressure that I had for myself. Like, why am I putting myself through pressure for? I'm my only worst enemy. Anybody's their own worst enemy. When you're dealing with drugs, women, partying, any other distraction, you're your own worst enemy. And having to go through that stage really put me in a better position where I'm at now, because whenever someone else is in my position, I can say, hey, my brother, I know how you feel. I've been there. I've done that. This is how I went about it. I can also give that advice to someone who's also going through the same struggle that I'm going through or what I went through. And I just feel better overall, Noah, like just a better person.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, in a sport like MMA, I feel like so many guys with a 2-5 record would just say "fuck this" and call it. So the fact that you kept fighting is impressive to begin with, and then to rattle off five in a row, win a belt, and be where you are now, that's incredible. Because in MMA, 2-5 record, like that is a death sentence. So to come back from that, that's impressive. But do you think you're
uh,
done with
uh,
MMA and just going to go boxing only, or going to come back?
Geez, who knows? Who really knows? Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I win this fight, my whole life can change financially if winning this fight. I mean, my life is changed financially because of this fight, but what's the limits after I beat this guy? What's next? Do I give him a rematch? Do I go on and want to fight KSI or Manny Pacquiao? Like, hey, retirement fight. Fight me, Manny. Why not? Go on a high horse. Something like that and such. Like, there's also UFC calling. Like, hey, I win this fight, I could potentially go to the UFC. I have that superstar status. I'll probably be one of the most hottest free agent there is out there in the game if I do decide to leave boxing and go to MMA. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely a lot of doors open. So I guess since you've taken this kind of brief hiatus from MMA, you've been training with Jake Paul, the Paul brothers. So what's your time been like with them? You seem to be loving it. And how'd you even get involved with them in the first place?
Oh man, my time with Jake and Logan has been wonderful. I was able to learn a lot from Jake, as far as, social media and business. Um, Jake's a really good guy overall. He's really progressed in boxing at a very rapid rate, and he's done an amazing job having a wonderful team like him, BJ, Flores, Jacob Chavez, Jay Leon. They're just doing a wonderful job with them. And Jake is doing a really good job. Logan is doing a good job. Logan is in the gym too. You know, uh, they're working hard and they're going after it. And my time there has been very pleasant, very comfortable. They treat me like family. And getting there was all because I was talking crap on Twitter, you know, talking crap on Twitter at the right place at the right time. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
Talking crap on Twitter at the right place at the right time put me in a position where, hey, come on and spar Jake. If you think he's scared of you, I go and spar him. Bam, there it goes. I show up, I show out, I'm back again. I'm his main sparring partner. You know, I manifested these things.
Yeah.
And when I did, a lot of his manifestations came true. And I'm just grateful of the opportunity that I have now and where I'm at.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing the kind of doors that can be open all from just talking shit on Twitter. But you recently said that you've made more money in 2 months of training with Jake Paul than you did in 6 years of MMA. So, I mean, what do you think that says about fighter pay? Is the fighter pay too low? Does Jake Paul just pay extremely well? Is it both? Like, what do you think? What do you make of all that?
I mean, fighter pay is definitely too low. And so, one, fighter pay is too low. Two, Jake Paul knows your worth. You know, he knows what you're really worth. You sacrifice your body for so many years, and you're still getting paid $500 to $1,500 a fight. You know, so I mean, it's ridiculous. But over time, someone has to say it. Not I'm not in the UFC, so I can't really speak on what the UFC does. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak on what's their payout because I'm not on their payroll. I'm not on the roster. That's something where I want to be. That's like a future, employer for me. You know, I can speak out on Bellator, because I fought for Bellator in small organizations. Like, I made decent money with Bellator, but not to a point where it's like, oh my goodness, life changing money. Mm-hmm. I made a solid living where I'm at, and let's say you're going to make more money. You'll probably make more money a year working at McDonald's than you are fighting, honestly, in the Bay Area. I tell you that when it comes to MMA. When you're dealing with MMA fighters, just in general, if you're not in the UFC, it can be tough. But MMA fighters are the brokest professional athlete in the game.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, and say what you will about Jake Paul, but the fact that he's using his massive platform to speak out on such a big issue is, it's very admirable because most of the people who he's speaking out on are, undercard fighters who might not have the platform of a Jake Paul. So the fact that he's doing it is awesome. And you also mentioned earlier that your payday this upcoming weekend, is, potentially life-changing for you. So where does it, you don't have to give specific numbers, of course, but, just compared to some of your other MMA experience, how different is this upcoming boxing fight on the Jake Paul card going to be for you financially?
This triples my pay that I fought for Bellator. Let's say that.
Wow, that is, I mean, congratulations. That's incredible. And for 6 rounds against a guy who you obviously feel confident against, that's incredible. But
no, absolutely, it's my experience level.
Mm-hmm. Does it upset you that someone with all these quotes is a massive betting favorite over you? Like, that would enrage me.
I mean, this is the fight game. This is all on the boxing gods. You know what I'm saying? The boxing judges of the old heads. If this was an MMA fight and Tommy was making his debut, it'd be the other way around and such. But, a lot of people don't know my background. A lot of people don't know my amateur circuit background. It doesn't bother me one bit because I've always played the Triple H role wherever I went. Either I went to Ireland, Budapest, England, your backyard, his backyard. I've always played a Triple H role.
Yeah, that's great. So last question. Speaking of the fight, you just mentioned the boxing heads have, him as a big favorite. You're a plus 850 underdog, so you're being doubted by others, not me. I'm going all in.
Where is this? Where is this plus 850 at?
All right.
What site?
8x your money. You said you're making 3x what you were making in Bellator. Shit, you made a lot more than that. You put it on yourself. But why should we bet on Anthony Taylor this weekend?
Ah, man. I mean, I defied the odds. Let me give you a better scenario. You ready, my brother?
I'm ready.
This is more confidence. I'm the only active MMA fighter who's transitioning over boxing with a winning record, who's younger with ambition, who has everything to gain and nothing to lose. All those guys you see transition over, Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, they had nothing to prove. They had no ambition. They didn't care about winning or losing. Me, I'm riding a 5-5 win streak, man. You think I want to see that on my record? Absolutely not. I have ambition. I have drive, and I've been boxing for a long time. I had an amateur record of 12-1. I just decided to go to MMA at the age of 25.
That is awesome.
There you go.
I'm feeling great about you. You're clearly feeling great about yourself. I'm so excited for this fight. Like we said, plus 850. I'm taking that. Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor this weekend fighting Tommy Fury. Thanks so much, man. Best of luck this weekend.
I appreciate your question. Where was that plus 850 at? What betting site?
I read it on CBS Sports. I don't think they've got a betting site. I will research it and we'll tweet it out. We'll send you the links because I think after watching this, how can you not put plus 850 on you this weekend?
You're right. Hey, you might as well put plus 2,500. Why not?
Fuck
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You might as well make a couple $100.
Listen, it's a payday for Anthony Taylor this weekend and for everyone else that takes him. Thanks so much, man.
Absolutely, my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.